Satyam here, and this is the 10th video in our TypeScript series. Now, in this video, we are going to see what are type aliases. So, let's get started. In English language, the alias simply means another name for the same thing. For example, a person can have two names. One name can be official, and the another name can be something that their friend use or their family members use to call them. So this other name that their friends and family members use to call them is called an alias, okay? Because it's the same thing or the same person that is being referred through another name. And that is what an alias is, just another name for the same thing. So what is a type alias, right? A type alias simply means another name for a type. Basically, in TypeScript, you can create your own types. And since you are creating your own types, you need to have a way to actually give name to your types, right? And type aliases will give you a way to give name to your custom types. For example, you created a union type of, let's just say, string and number, and you need to use it in multiple places. So what you can do is you can give a name to this union type and then use that name everywhere. And now it would be best for us to get into the computer screen and see some concrete examples for ourselves. So here I have Visual Studio open. I'm gonna go to my documents folder, and here I have a TypeScript YouTube folder. Here I'm just creating the folder for all the videos that I'm creating on TypeScript. So I'll just create a new folder here. And today we are dealing with type aliases, right? So the name should be, sorry, type aliases. Aliases, use whatever pronunciation you need. I'm gonna drag and drop this folder now into Visual Studio Code. And yes, I trust the authors. And now I have my folder open in Visual Studio Code. Now I can actually start by creating a file. So here I'll create a file called index.ts. And in this file, we are going to write our TypeScript code. So a type alias is simply another name for a type, right? So let us first of all create a type. Okay. So let's just say, let's create a variable first of all, uh, name, or maybe user input. Okay. Because this is a better name or better use case. User input. User input will be something. Okay. User can input two things. Like just say, user can input a string, like just say his name, and user can input a number, like just say his age. Okay. And we are trying to deal with both of these inputs in the same variable. So how are we going to deal with this? We will have to create a type. Okay, we have to create a type called union type. If you don't know what are union types, then it's simply a way for you to accept multiple types of inputs or multiple types of values in the same variable. You basically tell TypeScript that okay, this variable can accept a string and, or sorry, not and, or number. Okay, so this here is a union types. Okay, it's a union type because it is a combination of two types. So our user input can actually contain a string like Satyam, or an age like 77. Okay, I am 77 years old. I am really ancient. So our user input can actually contain a string or number now. But like just say, you want to use this type, this union type in multiple places, in multiple files. Okay, then till now the only way we have is to actually use it, everywhere. Like just say my input. Okay, a new variable, you will have to again write the same union type here also. Okay, and like just say Satyam, this time Satyam, and then like just say, I don't know, where score. Okay, I'm just writing random variables, giving them the same union type, and let's just say, I don't know, like 99. So basically, whenever we want to use this union type, okay, we have to write it again and again for each variable. Okay, for each variable, for each parameter. Like just say we have a function, like just say my function. Okay, and we need to use this union type here. Okay, we have a parameter, like just say my param, and its type is a union type, string and number. Okay, and this thing does not really return anything, I just say, and this is pretty much fine. Okay, it returns void or nothing. Simple. Okay, function is done. Oh yeah, this is not going to be here. So yes, function is done. Okay, so as you can see here that every time we want to use this union type, we have to type it again and again. And let's just say that we decide in the future that okay, we do not want to accept string and number. We want to accept string, number, and boolean. Okay, one more type we want to accept. So we have to go here, write boolean. Okay, similarly we have to go here. Everywhere we have to go, write boolean. Okay, here also and here also. Okay, one thing is this, that we have to change everywhere whenever we want to change in this union type. Okay, other thing is that we don't know, right? Like for example, we want to use this union type here. Okay, and for one particular reason we want to use this union type for a particular reason here, and then we want to use the same union type for a particular reason in this variable. Okay, the reasons are different, which means that in the future when the reason changes, a particular reason changes or particular something changes, okay, then I may want to add something here or remove something from this, and I want to just keep this thing as it is. Okay, but I will not know where to change, okay, or how many variables I need to change. If I because I just don't have any context, okay, why we are using this union type here. Okay, we just don't have any context here. So in this kind of scenarios, type aliases are really useful. So how do you create a type alias, right? Let's just go on the top here. Now, in order to create a type alias or a type name, you have to use a keyword called type. Okay, so type, and then you can actually give any name to your type. Like just say user input, or let's just say my custom user input. Okay, input, yes. Okay, and yes, now you can actually copy paste this. You can copy paste or cut here and paste it here, and a semicolon. So what you have just done is that you have created a new, let me just make it a little bigger, okay, so that you can see it. You have created a new type. Okay, you have created a new type, and you have, basically this is the new type. Okay, it's a union type. Okay, it's a union uh, type system, and then you have given it a new name. Okay, it's a name that you can use wherever you want. So basically I can use this name here. Okay, my custom user input. Okay, so basically what you have done is you created a type here. Okay, a union type, and you gave it a name, and now you can actually use this name to refer to this type everywhere. Okay, so what it means is that I can go ahead and actually remove all this, and I can actually just use my custom user input. So as you can see here, that now we don't actually have to write this thing again and again. We can simply use this name that we have used for our type. And now you can actually see that this is like creating a new variable for types. Okay, when you are creating variable like this user input, we were using a keyword called var, but now that we are creating a variable kind of thing for our types, what we are doing is we are using a keyword called type. And now if I actually want to, change something everywhere, I don't have to go to every line and change something. Okay, I can just come here and I decide to remove this boolean. So I can just remove it here, and it will work everywhere. Okay, I don't have to change it everywhere. I just do it at one place, and everywhere it is reflected automatically. In the same way, let's just say I have another type called my input type. Okay, and for some reason during the starting phase of my application, I actually decided this. Okay, so my input type also will have string and number. Okay, as a union type. But later on in my application development, I decided that okay, my input will actually have more. I can actually input boolean also here. Okay, so what I can do is I can write it here like this, boolean, and I can use it wherever I want to. So what it means is that I have a context. Okay, I have information on whether I should change something here or something here. Earlier, what we were doing is we were simply using this everywhere, right? So which means if we were actually going to change something, we will not know whether we should change it for user input variable or my input variable. We will just end up changing it everywhere. Okay, or we will have to dig deep a lot in the code or understand a lot. But right now I have context. Okay, I know that since I'm talking about my input, and my input needs to have a boolean value also, I just need to change it here, and anywhere I'm using this type or this type alias, it will reflect automatically. So that's what type alias is. That's how you use it. And it's not just limited to union types. Okay, any kind of type that you have in TypeScript can have a type alias. For example, let's just say we create a variable like my object. Okay, my object, and the type of this object is like this. Okay. um Name, string, age, number. If you don't know what are object types, I have already discussed it in previous sections. I don't know. Yeah, I think these things are enough. Okay, these three fields are enough. So we have an object type equals to, okay, I can say name. Oh, sorry. Yeah, here it should be string, not grade. String. So name, we cannot use it like this. Okay, my name. My name is equals to, like just say Satyam. Okay. We are just inputting data. Age is equals to 99. Life is equals to, great. So we have basically created a object here. Okay. And of course, the error is because I should use colon, not equals to sign. So we have created an object here. This is the object, this is the value, and this is the type of the object. Okay. What will be the type of each field or each value inside of my object? Okay. So you can actually, create a type alias for this also. If I just cut it here, okay, I go here, I create a new type alias, my object alias or alias is equals to this. Okay. And now I can use this name, my object alias here. Okay, simple. And that is how we use type alias. So type alias is just a way for you to actually create type and then give a name to that type. That's all it is. And there is one more thing that you should know about. Okay, so the idea is that my custom user input, okay, this name and this thing does not really have any difference. Okay, they are basically the same thing. Okay, the same, which means let us make let me just make some space here. Okay, because it is an important thing to note. So if I create a type like my string, my crazy string type or something, you can actually give it any name, okay? Like crazy string type, okay? And you write it like this, string, okay? That's it. Basically, you are giving a new type alias or new name to the string type, okay? So now, like just say if I have a function, okay? If I have a function, my function 2 or 1, and in this, I decide to get my crazy string as return, okay? I will get this as return. And I say, let's just say return, um, hello. So now as you can see that this particular thing is type string. Okay, it's a type string. That's how TypeScript will throw it. It's a type string, but we are using a type called my crazy string, and we are still not getting any error, and that is because there is no difference. Okay, there is literally no difference. TypeScript does not differentiate or treat this name different than this entire thing. Okay, whatever is on the right hand side of the equal to sign. So basically, if I, just write it like this, number, and then I can, return a hello string, or I can also return a number, okay? Let's just say 99, and it still works, okay? There is no issue. This is the number, I'm still returning it, okay? And there's no issue, okay? So this last point might be a little hard for you to understand. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is that this name, my crazy string, and whatever is on this side of the equal to sign is basically one. Okay, they are not two different things. The TypeScript does not uh, differentiate between the two. It does not say that, okay, my crazy string is a different thing or different entity, and this thing is a different thing. Okay, they are basically one thing referred by different names. That's all. So basically, you can use this type as return type, and inside of it, you can return, any of it, string or number or some other thing. And to be honest, you don't really have to worry about it too much because all of this stuff, really happens under the hood by TypeScript. And you don't really have to worry too much about it during the development. But I just told you about it because usually these kind of things are asked in interviews. Okay. These kind of things, like people really love to ask these kind of things in interviews. So this is basically how you use type alias in TypeScript. Now in the next section, we are going to see what are interfaces. Till then, bye.